Hi there, my name is Dani Henderson. I created the greatest event in disclosure our world has ever seen. It is simply called Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection. All you have to remember is Galactic Spiritual Informers. Galactic Spiritual Informers. Put that in a browser and our website will come up where you can get your tickets and see the incredible speakers. The speakers that we have are unbelievable. They have the most incredible experiences of ET, UFO, alien, off-world, technology that's hidden from us, secret space programs, so many things that have been hidden by our militaries, by our governments globally, that we are uncensoring and showing evidence of, proof of, and real testimony on stage. It's happening September this year in outside Denver, Colorado, a little town called Westminster. Now, I wanted to come to the fact that this year is the biggest year so far in the realm of disclosing first contact, which has happened for so many of us and so many of you watching. That's why you're watching this, or you might just happen upon it because you've literally had your own experiences, be they religious, be they spiritual, be they one-to-one ET connection, be they paranormal, be you just laying in the garden and seeing anomalies, light anomalies, UFOs. Now, your story is important. Of course it is, especially if it's happened to you, and especially if you know it's true, and especially if in some way it's helped you grow and ascend in your own journey, because we're all here as individuals to grow and ascend in our own journeys and not have some bollock chops who doesn't know anything about you tell you what your experience is or what it means. Now, in my realm, putting together this beautiful conference is going to be our third one. It's become the phenomena in the world of everyone, the best speakers imaginable, some with 30 years experience who've got such a long history of proving, hey, I've been telling you about ETs forever, for 30 years. I'm Alex Collier bringing the Andromedans, Michael Sala crisscrossing everyone's testimony over a 30-year period and fully exposing the secret space programs within the governments on our planet. Elena Danan, the Earth and mystery for a body, a military faction off planet called the Galactic Federation of Worlds. And what about Solar Warden? You've heard of Solar Warden, right? You need to know about Solar Warden because Solar Warden is our Earth military, off-planet military. And these are humans, not ETs, not aliens. They're human military personnel that have signed accords around the world, governments signed accords around the world. The main fleet is hosted by the Americans. Don't let that bug you because everybody is equal, nobody above another. On Solar Warden, this fleet of motherships and scout ships and smaller craft ships is an agreement, global agreement by many, many different countries that protect us, like really do protect us. Now, there's a bunch of Muppets that we're taking out and taking down who've been trying to make your life hell, trying to enslave you, trying to maim, harm, try to socially engineer you, but you're smarter than that. And now you're seeing it. Of course you are. So I wanted to say that looking at getting yourself square with the actual truth of your planet, my love, it's your planet. I say my planet, your planet, our planet. My planet, your planet, our planet, not theirs, not those that put themselves in positions of self-appointing, self-anointing, not those tosspots, darling. God, no, not those knobheads, not those who spew shite, because that's all they know. Not the nepotists, not the raping pedophiles, no, not the bollock-ticians, no, 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 no. Them we take down, them we do away with. We do away with, whether it's prison, whether it's off planet. Here's the point. Your story is important. The things that have happened to you that you forgot maybe as a child, important. So what we're inviting you to do is to tell your story. Tell it. Now, I have people writing to me, so many people writing to me, and they say, I'm ready to come out, Dani. I think, good, well done. That's great. Thank you. And good for you. I'm ready to come out, Dani. I am ready to tell my story, but I must go undercover, Eth. Mate, seriously, have a word with yourself in the mirror. If you are a person who really feels at this stage, when the whole bloody world is talking about aliens, extraterrestrials, UFOs, the fact that half the UFOs we see are military made, reverse engineered, anti-gravity machinery, it's old news to lots of us, new news to some of us. But now we don't care about the spies coming out, the covert ones, the ones who think they have the most information in the world. Many of our stories, many of our interactions with extraterrestrial brothers and sisters are very similar. They're very similar. Some of you have done more than some of us, others have not done anything near. Doesn't matter. It's not a competition, because this is the rest of our lives. This is the beautiful earth that we are moving into. And all of our stories matter. They do. And you know, the last person I spoke to, very kindly, of course, who was like, Dani, it's you, my so-and-so, King Commander Zebedebedoodah, you know, off planet Marzipan. He said that you are the one, and I must share my story with you. No, darling, I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl. You know, nothing to stop you or anyone getting on a YouTube channel, making your own YouTube channel, sitting on Facebook, Fakebook, whatever you want to call it, Telegram. There's so many outlets now. Just tell your story. Tell your story. This is not about the old-fashioned celebrity building likes, building numbers, building a massive audience, puffing up our egos. That's done with. That is done with. That drive, that adrenal high for ego, nobody cares anymore. We don't need to. We're standing strong, shoulder to shoulder, through love, telling our stories, proving, bringing evidence, showing photographs, as I did today on my Facebook page, a picture of Valnek, or his real name is Valorian, a beautiful Cahel Pleiadian, who I have an actual photograph of. It's on my channel, my Facebook, Dani Henderson. It is on Michael Sala's channel. It is on my channel here. It is also on Elena Danan. Elena Danan is the Earth emissary for the Galactic Federation of Worlds, which is a fleet of craft that are from other parts of the solar system. So we have Earth, which is part of our solar system, and Earth's fleet of craft is, as I said, the solar warden of planet, because of all the fuckery that's been happening on your planet, my darling, for millennia, with a really bad bunch of tosspots who've tried to enslave our planet, but they're the ones we're getting rid of. You know, this fleet of personnel, other brothers and sisters from other parts of our universe, our solar system, have come together, and collectively we call them the Galactic Federation of Worlds. But they are Sirians, Andromedans, Arcturians, Pleiadians, there are Whovids, there are so many different species of human. There are so many different species, color, shape, size, type of human on Earth and off Earth. But don't listen to NASA. That's your first mistake. NASA's 1982 now. NASA was very naughty. Stand in the corner, NASA. NASA had an opportunity to tell the truth and reveal what they knew when they knew it, and they didn't. They didn't. So Elena Danan came along and handed NASA its arse. Let me give you a real-time thing when that actually happened. So when that telescope popped out, the James Webb telescope, it had to hurry its little legs out, because Elena Danan was already telling people that there were Mars quakes being reported. So we have earthquakes, tremors, where our tectonic plates move and shift, thus creating sometimes minimum tsunamis, sometimes large ones, but basically disruption, whether it's volcanic, whether it's, like I say, the plates, the tectonic plates. And so that is our earthquake. Sometimes the earth will crack. As you know, buildings will fall. Turkey is so known for that. Japan being on 3 tectonic plates. Again, also very known for earthquakes. Well, they have them on Mars too, boo. They do. Now, before you go into the program that we've been programmed to think, oh, nobody's on Mars, Mars is inhabited not just by many different various types of species and animal species and beings that will fight you to protect their territory, but my friend, and yours, those that know him, Tony Rodriguez, was a little tiny boy, only 10, and a satanic idiot, a father of a child, had Tony abducted by Greys. Oh, did I lose you there? That's all right. Bye. Yeah, so grey aliens took little Tony up onto a ship where he was pumped and prodded and experimented on. Then he was tricked into giving his consent, because that's what they do. And then he was put into a home in Seattle in America, where a satanic pedophilic man did terrible, dreadful things to children. A lot of these people do that. It's all in Tony's books. It's all been recorded. It is a testimony. There are affidavits to this, okay? His name is Tony Rodriguez. He's also going to be a speaker at the Galactic and Spiritual Informers Connection. Oh my God, wait. But also, if you go on my channel here, go to videos at the top, scroll down, and you'll find at least one beautiful broadcast from Tony Rodriguez. And the last one we did together on my channel, he was telling us about the animals he encountered, because once he was near death after being drugged, after this satanic monster had abused him, another little boy and another little girl, many other children, and they would take them, drug them to the point of death, near-death experience, and try and capture the consciousness of them. These experiments have been going on for a long time. You did know that, right? Did you know that? Anyway, once Tony was used up and almost dead, having been used as a sex toy at parties as a 10-year-old little boy. Yeah. He reports on his time on Mars because he was then put into the military. The military. There are people that stand on television, military personnel, who know full well what happens in these black programs, secret space programs, military programs, off-world programs, etc. They're fully aware, they're fully informed. Oh, and the great thing is now we can talk about it without everybody being murdered, you know, because there are too many of us now out there, boots on the ground, because the dark chains and the black occult spelling that was in place for so long has failed. And as this beautiful planet rises in her frequency, in her beautiful frequency, see the aurora borealis, which translates to lights of the north. But there's so much phenomena on this planet, and she has been ascending, and we're ascending with her. And when that happens, the old programs, the old occult black magic, the satanic rituals, the cauldron spells, the magic with a K, well, it loses ground, it loses power, it has nothing to plug into. Its main force is fear and terror and guilt and shame and blackmail and everything dark and dirty and filthy and scummy. You know, ugh, all the worst things you can think of and can't imagine are these people that put themselves on top of your planet. And so now they've been flipped where they belong before they're swept off into the abyss from whence they came. So Mars is inhabited, military bases there, old news again. So Elena Danaan was talking about Mars quakes long before the James Webb Telescope go, oh, by the way, we've detected a bit of movement on Mars and we decided that there was a Mars quake. Another time, Elena Danaan wrote and spoke out publicly and said, when that James Webb Telescope catches up with reality and bobs itself along just outside the edge there of the Earth's atmosphere and along a bit to the right, then to the left, it's going to discover an area of our solar system called TRAPPIST-1, or the TRAPPIST system. And guess what happened? That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. NASA, we would like to report, yes, sir, that we have discovered the James Webb Telescope. Oh, bless them. Bless them. They're so behind. So anyway, if you get triggered, it's all right, because they took the piss out of me too. They made fun of me too. And I was in the space industry, and I was supplying the best engineers, space engineers, propulsion, thermal, composite engineers to space projects, to actual space projects, real ones, not makey-ups, but real ones. So no one listens to NASA. Boo-hoo-hoo. Anyway, we'll listen to people like Elena Danam. We're listening to people like Jean-Charles Moyen. Jean-Charles Moyen. Oh my God, even today, his website is jc.moyen, jc.moyen, JC Moyen. Jean-Charles is French, in case you didn't realize about my accent. He is such a joy. His long breath story of his childhood experience starts with his mum and dad sitting on the beach. He's standing, he's in front of them, he's digging with his little shovel, and he disappears, he vanishes. He didn't fall in a hole in the ground, he was teleported, right? Teleported. And his story is so incredible. And he's made films about it. JC.Moyen. You gotta get that, guys. Do you know what? He's made these videos. He spent his life's work, poured it into these films. They're like less than $20 on Vimeo. $20 on Vimeo, which is an online video thingy, which is where we put the last 2 years of the Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection recordings of our speakers on stage, where you can get yourself and look and see the speakers from the last 2 years. It's the same platform, Vimeo. Anyway, Jean-Charles Moyen, again, is a legend, head and shoulders above most of the whistleblowers that I and many others have ever seen. He is fascinating, wonderful, loving, funny, smart. And today I saw on Facebook him doing, I think he was on with his friend Kevin Lungo, Leungo, from in France, and they're on Skype, hanging out on Skype, and then Jean-Charles moves his hand and affects the light in the room and moves light, because he can do that. And these are the kind of phenomena that we want to see. We want to see real-time, real-life people with their beautiful abilities that encourage more of you who know you have abilities, but it ain't going to make you globally famous, because there's too many of us with the same skills, but we're just waking them up now. We're waking them up. Someone like Jean-Charles Moyen is a leader, a reminder in there. Someone like Tony Rodriguez is the brave one to come out of the military and say, listen, this is what's happening inside your military, behind the curtains. Elena Danam is one who's come along and said, oh my God, there's something called the Galactic Federation of Wilds, a race of beings here to help us. And by the way, I'm telling you, there are Marsquakes and there's all this other phenomena happening. And oh, along comes NASA. Hurry up, NASA, you slow bastard. Light years behind. She's out there in front, because the people that we gave the jobs to, I'm sorry, the people who took the greatest jobs in the world from us, the deserving ones, you know, the self-appointed, self-anointed nepotists, they balls up because they're just not leadership quality. They are not fit for purpose. All right, so we're getting rid of them. Sweepy, bye-bye. And we've got the leaders, Jean-Charles Moyen, Tony Rodriguez, Elena Danam, Dr. Michael Salla. Oh, and what about the great, the one and only, the Knight of Earth, Alex Collier. Alex Collier. He was even threatened by the mafia to shut up talking about aliens. Can you imagine? They were so shit scared of the information that Alex Collier brought forth and still does. Now, I managed to talk him out of retirement, and he's going to be standing on our stage. He's going to do 2 hours. I'm going to rephrase that. He's going to be doing 2 sessions over 3 days on our stage near Denver, Colorado, September 27, 28, 29. He's going to stand on stage for 1.5 hours each time and let you, the public, ask him your questions. Now, remember, the Andromedans took him. They didn't abduct him. He wasn't abducted. So many people have an abduction story. Horrible. He was one of the luckier ones. He is playing hide and seek in a field, falls asleep because it's taken too bloody long to come and find him. and he wakes up on board an Andromedan mothership. And the beings that he sees, he recognizes. And they looked very different from him. He's a great big giant white man. And they were, one of them was equally double the size of him. His name is Monet. And there was another smaller being that looked kind of Oriental, Asian. And that was a man called Theseus, who has since passed. But I believe Theseus was around 4,000 years. Did I lose you? That's all right. Because we've all been told that tales like this are so ridiculous. We've all been told, that's the devil. No, the devils are on TV every day in the Houses of Parliament and in the White House. Come on, time to wake up. Oh, and in the Vatican too. Time to wake up. I know it's triggering, but nobody cares anymore. If you get triggered, that's a good thing, because sometimes a trigger will move you to action. Switch off, move on, delete, put on Netflix, have a drink, get angry, whatever it is, as long as you do something. But for you, do something for you. That's the difference. This time is about you. It's about you getting well. It's about you breathing into the body. It's about you healing your wounds. It's about you being able to think for yourself. And when you see someone like me on BoobTube sitting and telling you about the wonderful, amazing phenomena that's been happening on your planet for all of your life, and now there are people like me putting on conferences like the Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection, where you can attend, where you can come, where you can meet other people and share your story with them, where you can come together, where you can create groups, you can connect to Soul Family, you can connect to Star Seeds. How many of us are the misfits? That would be me. But how many of us actually think we are misfits? And then our family goes, no, you were always annoying and you always spoke too much, but you weren't a misfit. But we never felt like we fit in, right? We didn't come to fit in. How boring is that? We didn't come to fit in a system that was forced on us, that we were born into. Balls! Who's doing that? Life isn't about getting up, going to work, working 9 to 5, coming home, watching telly, eating dinner, going to bed, getting up, brush your teeth. No, and you know it, and you know it. So now that we're kicking the asses and the balls of those who've got them, not that they use them in the right way, on the platforms in the world that we didn't put there, now we're firing them, removing them, putting them in prison, having them stand trial, etc. It's our turn, it's your turn, it's all of us together. But you getting right with you is the most important thing. And if you do have a story of a phenomena, a paranormal, a something that happened to you, then share it. And if someone doesn't believe you, whatever, Trevor. Get on Telegram groups. We've got a Telegram group for GSIC, GSIC. Be careful, because there are scummy, filthy imposters. There was a couple at my conference at GSIC last year, some knobhead bloke pretending to be Ashtar, and some bird who was pregnant with Ashtar's twins. I mean, these are the ones you got to watch out for, okay? Cuckoo, because there are always your cuckoo, your nut jobs in amongst an emerging, confident group of people, where they're like, yeah, well, this happened to me and I was meditating on it. And then, yeah, just be careful. Common sense. And I think the biggest thing is don't lie. Don't lie. Don't exaggerate. Don't lie to try and fit in. If you have a little bit of an experience, great, share it. And if you're like I mentioned earlier, when I said about people that write to me and they say, Dani, I have to go undercover, then go undercover. You know, I'm not the person that can help you with that. But what I can do is invite you to the greatest conference ever, the Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection, September 27, 28, 29 of 2024, just outside Denver, Colorado, a town called Westminster. Oh my God, we're going to do, every year we've done this, we've had UFOs turn up. We have literal ETs in the audience, and that is no joke. Go look online, you'll see loads of videos that people took of the UFOs in the clouds above us. We did the last 2 years in Florida. This year, Westminster, outside Denver, Colorado. I'm going to leave it there. I wanted to address the fact that we've left NASA behind. We're removing the scumbags at the top, the self-anointed, self-appointed. It's your turn to come out with your story, share it, tell it, do a Facebook Live, get a group of friends together, start a group together, all share, all feel better, all connect together, because you matter. But we're not all going to be majorly famous, because I don't really think now there's anything left to hear about other species, about people's experiences, that's going to be like so outstanding, because this is the norm. This is our norm, our normale. It's normal now. It's normal now. And anybody who isn't able to accept, absorb, or listen to this information, well, they're in the rearview mirror, Poppet. Don't try and bring them along. Don't do that. Don't waste your time. They'll either come or they won't. You know, they'll come or they won't. Either way, the train has left the station and it's gone past the apple orchard. It really has. And it's actually off the rails. And it's actually past magnetic levitation. You know, we have those trains underground, don't you? The big maglevs. Oh, so much technology here that we have on our planet that has been hidden from us. But it's all out the bag. And everybody knows. And nobody's not saying anything anymore. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I will see you at the Galactic and Spiritual Informers Connection. In the meantime, find the GSIC Telegram group. You want to look for Disco Tina or Tina. She's the main admin and creator of that. You want to get on our website, Galactic Spiritual Informers. Join the mailing list. Get on the mailing list. So we can stay on top. We can send you the discounts. We can tell you what's going on. We can help you. We can connect you with others who are going. We've got people all around the world coming. We've got people in Australia all meeting up. We had people in Denver last week all getting together for lunch, all friends, all coming together to the conference. It's absolutely amazing. This is where we take back our planet one step at a time, connecting together, opening our hearts, sharing our stories. And if people think we make it up, who cares? Who cares what people think? I've learned that. Yeah, it can be bumpy. It can be sad. It can be upsetting. It might make you cry now and again, but at least you're owning your truth. That is one of the gifts of being here on this planet. All right, Galactic Spiritual Informers, sending you my love, my love, my love. I'm Dani Henderson, Galactic Spiritual Informer. Mwah. I'll see you soon.